Welcome to Close the Door, Come Here, a Song of Ice and Fire podcast with heavy leanings towards our two favorite characters, Jaime and Brienne. Hi, I'm Clotho. You can find me at Clotho Spindle on Blue Sky, and today I'm joined with Guile.
Hey, I'm Guile, and you can find me at Guile and Subterfuge on Blue Sky.
We're going to be discussing the chapter called Prince of Winterfell in A Dance with Dragons, with all the usual trigger warnings, especially this chapter, for rape and violence. Lots of violence and lots of just horrific things, and poor Jeyne. So Arya Stark, who is really Jeyne Poole, has arrived at Winterfell, and she's being forced into marrying Ramsay. Theon is helping her put on her fur cloak. That's how we sort of introduced into this chapter. We had found out that, he had asked Lady Dustin why he was chosen for all of this, and it seems just more of they want to sort of make a show out of it, but also it's Ramsay is trying to more torture him. It seems test him and torture him. He's always doing that, and um, he talks about how Jeyne is talking about how, she's telling Theon that she would be a better wife than Arya Stark could have been, and he thinks to himself, if talk like that's going to get her killed. She can't say that to Ramsay. He's trying to get across to her. He's telling her, "Your Arya. You can't say that because she has to know who she's playing the part in order to survive this. She has to play that part." And poor Jane is just so she's frightened, and she's she asks. She's heard all these rumors. She asks if Ramsay hurt him, and he responds that he deserved it, and he was trying to caution her to be quiet and not to make him angry. And I kind of think it sounds like he's glossing over a lot of this because he doesn't want to scare her even more because he knows how bad he is. And um poor, it's so sad. Like, she's begging him, then she starts begging him to help her, and she's like, "I'll marry you." Like, she's like, "I'll be anything. We could be married, we could not be married. I'll run away with you. I'll do anything if you just we need to leave and help me." Um, and another part of the reason they had sort of given was that he was the only, they felt like all as Arya, this, that she's supposed to be portraying, it's like all her family was dead or captive. And since he was a father's ward, he was like the nearest thing to kin to her. So that's kind of their way of, you know, they he said they clothed him as a lord again to play his part. And they were giving him all kinds of like they're promising that he was going to be restored to his father's seat if he did these, and he knew this is all lies. He knows this is lies. And um the best he could hope for was that Stannis would take Winterfell and kill them all, is basically he's thinking. Because there's a point where he's talking about that when Roose first came back, that he took some of the men and he was lying to them and told them that, "Oh, if you
Yeah.
do this well," and he all after they built the damn, was it the roof over the hall? The
Yeah,
Great
like they
Hall?
repaired part of Winterfell, and then as soon as they did that, he hung them all anyway.
Yeah. So
And they were just like random people that were squatting there, and it sounds like Winterfell, other than a couple of spots, is like really ruined. Like, it's pretty ruined.
Because I was trying to think, what could these people, because they did it. They were just random people. Like, he just
Yeah,
murdered them for no reason.
right.
Yeah.
Like
Gosh.
people seeking shelter, basically.
So, I think Theon is right about that. That's probably their most easiest thing for them all. But so they have, and this is also another, because very, it's horror, but it's also beautiful. The description of it. They're married in the castle's Godswood,
Mhm.
and they talk about how the mist from the hot springs is like kind of warming the air, and it just, I
Like
mean,
all the lights and
yeah,
stuff.
it'd be beautiful if it wasn't like Ramsay.
Right.
um, and for he keeps thinking to himself, like, for a brief moment, he's wishing because he keeps thinking that she needs to do something. Maybe she could shout and tell them all she's really Jane and not Arya. And then again, he's back to this. They kill us. Maybe at least they'll kill us. Hopefully they'll kill us fast.
Yeah.
Um, so he keeps trying to imagine these ways out, and it usually ends in them dying. Um, you know, he's also, these woods are haunting him and his memories because he's thinking about Winterfell before it was in a state of ruin and overrun with Ramsay's men. And, you know, we get, like, kind of at length, he starts thinking about a lot of, like, the horrible things that happened when Ramsay first took over. Because I had kind of forgotten about some of the things that Ramsay did, and, like, it was just so awful, and oh my gosh. I think at one point also he says that they have given them knives, and he almost was like, I think it was
It's just a
also when they get back.
test, yeah,
Yeah, like,
like
"Oh, let me just I could stab her even," just to put
yeah.
her out of misery kinda thing. Gosh. He's really twisted. So inside the Great Hall, we talk about here, this is now Mance, they call it they see a bard, he's named Abel to them, and he's playing Fair Maids of Summer, and he's also there with the 6
He
women.
also plays Two Hearts Beat as One, did you
Yeah!
catch that?
Yes, yes! I was like, "Oh, yeah, I remember that for the Night of the Seven Kingdoms," and
Yeah.
then you too referencing. Oh gosh. Yeah, and he says, I think he explains what would he say? He explains the women, he says, "To her daughters, to our, like, was it, like, family members or
Yeah,
something?
and, like, but none
Wife,
of them look
mom."
alike.
Yeah, I know. So, they kind of I guess they've welcomed them, and he said they sounds like he can sing, he's okay. He gets
Yeah, it
by.
just sounded like he was okay, like, I actually was a little surprised that the description of his singing wasn't more complimentary.
Yeah,
Like,
I
was
thought it was
Mance
interesting.
just mid? Like, really? Huh,
He seemed kinda charismatic, like, he could pull off singing.
right, like, it seems like he should be a better singer if he's, like, going around being a singer.
I know it's funny to think about Theon as much as he's going through, has state of mind to critique, like,
Yeah,
that's
like,
kinda
oh,
cool.
he's just okay.
Oh gosh, and then there's this funny, like okay, so Royce gives a speech and says, like, they're gonna give Stannis a northern welcome, and everybody's hee hee ha ha laughing and, you know, going along with him, and Theon thinks that, uh this was back where I jumped ahead, but he was thinking about, like, oh, it would be a kindness if because he sees how miserable she looks, like, up on the
Yeah,
dais between them. She just looks, like, really shrunken and scared, and this is the funny part, like, Lady Dustin starts striking up this conversation with Theon, and she's, like, going in on everybody, like, I love it. She's, like, basically reading them all. She's talking about Manderly, so she goes like, she's like, "Oh, well, not maybe she might not have the right read on everyone, but it is funny." And she's like, calling him a coward for sharing bread with the phrase because they had killed his son, and um, she's going like at length about her disgust of Roose, and like really, she like lays. It's funny because you think they seem really scary, so it's kind of impressive that she feels comfortable talking about them.
yeah.
Like,
Well, and it's also, like, she's at the far end of like, the high board or whatever, because like, Theon's, like, the furthest
right.
away they can put him.
So maybe
So,
she
like,
feels.
she's next to him, so, like, there's a little lack of respect even in, like, they make her sit with Theon, like, okay, that's some
So she's probably a
bullshit,
little
you know?
salty about that, yeah.
And it's like, I thought it was, there's a point where Theon remembers, like, Banderly's sons and, like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
they were part of Rob's guard, and he's like,
yeah.
like, they were not cowards, like, I think he
Right,
thinks, like,
right.
yeah, they were all fat, but they weren't cowards, like,
Yeah, yeah. That's what it seems like she's got, like, a bone to pick, but it is interesting to the you
I mean,
see
she has an agenda too, like,
right.
I think with she says all this shit to Theon, I think, because, she's doing it in case it get a couple of reasons. A, in case it gets back to Roose, because Roose isn't gonna expect her to say anything other than shit talk him, like, he's not an idiot. Like, if she was complimentary, that would be more suspicious. So she's shit talking to everyone just in case it gets back. And then I think she is kind of thinking Theon can be an ally. She just doesn't know what he's worth.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, that's my take on it
No, that's
anyway.
cool. No, that's cool, I like that. I like that. She's probably trying to play her cards just to
Yeah.
figure out her options, so no, I like that.
And like,
Could see it.
Manderly at the same time is going around like getting everyone to eat those fucking pies.
I
Like he brought the
know!
pies out, So he brought them for multiple days worth of pies then too.
I like him. I know, he's like they sounded good. I was like,
I
sometimes I
know
get
they do
frustrated.
sound good.
frustrated with, like, his descriptions of food, but I was like, "Ooh, I wonder if I could make, like, like a non-gross, like, not lamprey or anything, but, like, leek and
Or
chicken or
yeah,
something."
or non-human. Let's
Yeah, no, God. Oh.
let's settle for that.
Oh, and she also goes on that was kind of interesting, like, what was your take on that? She was going on about the Maesters for a while, like, a
I
lot,
thought
like, she
that
hates
was
them.
just.
She
I mean,
hates
I
them.
wonder if.
Just I mean, there's gotta be people that hate, like, almost like people who are almost like
Right.
a hate
I,
medicine or hate like, they feel like it's I don't know.
well, I think she's more upset that she thinks that the Maesters, like, it's bullshit to think they don't retain their house loyalties. They don't become loyal to their new house. They
Oh,
like
right.
stay loyal to like the houses they were in.
Okay.
And so, it could just be like a genuine rant, or it's just, I mean, I'm sure like a lot of this is strategic and a lot of it is just like, yeah, she's going to just talk shit about everyone. She's an entertaining dining companion, if
Right.
nothing else.
Doesn't say what's funny. Oh gosh. So and it kinda sounds like just Ramsay in general, I guess he's a little bit more well behaved when Roose is around.
Yeah.
Um, so Roose stands and asks the lords to join him in the Solar to discuss how they can hold the castle back and fight, you know, hold the castle and fight off Stannis. So, like, Theon's kind of standing up thinking like, "Oh, okay, I've done my all I have to do," and he's realizing he's drank more than he thought. He's pretty drunk, and Sour Allen tells him that, oh gosh, that Ramsay has asked him to escort his bride to their beds. He's like, oh, I think even at this point, he still thinks it's, oh, I'm just escorting. He
Yeah.
doesn't like suspect, but it's
And then
just,
just that she's like the only one left, it sounds like. Like she's
uh,
just sitting there by herself, like terrified and
gosh.
drunk. Like totally got drunk, which good call.
Right, right. Oh yeah, yeah, because he did mention that too, that she was pretty drunk as well. Um, and Uh, so basically, and I think there was like 6 Reds of Rams, they call them Ramses boys, like 6 of them were kind of yapping and up walking with them, and, you know, Ramsay orders Reek to stay, and then he's calling Reek again instead of because I
Yeah.
think they were like, "Oh, the Theon thing," when they were down there, and then, um, when he tries to leave with the rest of them, and, he knows, like, as soon as that happens, he's like, "Okay," he's, like, meaning to humiliate
Yeah.
Fortress, so he knows. And again, he has the knife and he thinks about this like I could try. And that's more taunting from Ramsay. I could try and kill him. He's like, I can't bring myself to, but I could just try to go for it and stab him in the neck. But basically Ramsay then orders like Theon to participate in abusing, before he rapes Jeyne in front of him. So it's pretty
Well, he makes
horrendous.
her like cut off her clothes with
Oh
this
right,
knife.
right.
So he also thinks again about killing Jane.
Oh right, right. That he could just
I mean,
slit her throat.
I
God.
I wonder if the right move. I mean, unfortunately, Theon's inaction is like I feel like if he knew he was 100% going to be successful in killing him, he would.
Yeah.
But like if he could, I feel like you say, he okay, Jane, you're going to take the blame for this, but here's the story is that he was going to do something to you and you killed him. And like, no one's going to punish you because you are quote unquote Arya Stark and you
Oh,
killed
right.
your abusive husband on your wedding night and you're the Stark of Winterfell. Like, no one's going to hurt you. Like, you're
Oh,
going
I
to
didn't
be okay.
do you think Royce probably wouldn't care, right? I don't think. Would he?
I
Does he?
mean,
I don't know.
yeah, I don't,
Doesn't
it's
seem
like
like
he
he gives a
doesn't
shit about
really.
Ramsay.
Right. And I mean, if he did, that would invite like significantly more, shit with all the Northern Lords. Like he can't go like punishing Arya Stark.
In
And
front of all
if he said, "Oh, but we discovered she's really not Arya Stark," then he looks like a dumbass.
that's all
So
really good.
like,
Yeah, that would've been a good
you
plan.
know, yeah. So I mean, if he knew that he could actually kill him, like
Mm.
I feel like it's a foolproof thing. Like always, like no one's gonna hurt Jeyne at that point.
And it's definitely, I think the thing is, it's a major progression even from some of his other chapters, because you can see how here he feels like he's coming back to himself, because in a lot of the other ones, it was like, I'm not that, I'm not Theon, I'm Reek. And this is like, he's Theon and he's thinking, oh, these are steps I can take. So I feel like it's
Yeah.
unfortunate that it's just still not enough at this point, but it's leaps and
Well,
bounds from the
and
PTSD that he's going through. Like,
right, and I mean physically,
yeah,
he's missing fingers, he's
right,
malnourished. Like in
right.
a knife fight, he probably couldn't, like because wasn't Theon was an archer, right? Like
Oh,
wasn't that
right,
what he
I
was good
forgot about
at?
that. Yeah, I don't yeah,
So I
that's true.
mean, and now with missing fingers, obviously he wouldn't be
And
good
weak.
at that.
I get the impression, just Ramsay seems like rough and tumble, like, he seems like
Right.
a piece of work, so,
Right. Like
you
you'd
know,
have to like stab him in the, like
no.
basically, actually,
Street
shit.
fighting.
Well, or like Jeyne, wait till he falls asleep and then
Oh.
stab him to death.
Oh, yeah, yeah, just because all you need to get is one good shank in, and then the rest of it just keep going
Right.
to town.
One good shanking. But yeah, like,
Oh,
you're gonna have a horrible, like, yeah, he's gonna rape you. It's gonna be awful. But, you know, I will because I think didn't Theon have to stay?
yes, it sounded like he made him stay,
Like
like, before,
in
yeah.
which case, like, wait till they're done and he falls asleep and then kill him. No one else is in there. Like, I feel like she's gonna get away with it, but nothing nothing good can happen here.
Oh gosh. Do we have any mail for this chapter?
We have one from Buck O'Hare, and again, thank you to Buck O'Hare for
Yeah,
the
thank you.
consistent
You're
questions all the
yes,
time.
always appreciate
Um,
that.
he asks, fry pies or Jojen paste? And then who or what do you think is speaking to Theon in the God's Wood? I'm going. Like, I think we
Oh yeah,
discussed
oh
like the
yeah.
fry pies sound pretty good,
Yeah, I think the pies, yeah.
and then I mean I think it's a future version of Bran. Like it's Bran in the past.
Oh.
It's Bran speaking in Bran's past. So like we haven't gotten to the Bran that is seeing this yet.
Yeah, I'm so glad they asked that, because I totally forgot that. I forgot that he heard that voice, because he said it
Yeah.
was a voice. Oh, shit. It probably is. That would be cool if he was trying to get maybe, like, it would be kind of neat if maybe that voice is also sort of working on his psyche to try to give him some courage, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Sort of bolstering.
Yeah. Or it did give him some
Yeah,
courage,
yeah.
or like yeah, because I mean, I don't think that Blood Raven or Euron or whoever we think has some of these powers would care about Theon. Like the only person I
Yeah,
think that would want to see Theon or would be
yeah.
consistently looking into Winterfell would be Bran.
Right, right, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I don't see anybody else who it would be. I don't know if just in general there's any kind of, like, the dead can speak through them, but yeah, it would make most sense for Bran if there's no one else.
Or Ned, if Ned had
Yeah,
somebody,
Ned, right.
I don't think he had, I don't think he has that. But yeah, I mean,
Ned can come
there
back and
are
haunt Winterfell.
I mean, the
Yeah.
people that are most meaningful to Theon, other than his family, are
Ned and
probably
Robb.
Bran. Well, Ned, Robb, and Bran, I think, 'cause I think he
Yeah,
rightfully feels the guilt, of pretend killing Bran.
right, right. Gosh. Theon. Hmm.
I know, and I
Is
think
that
that
let me
was
see.
the only question I was
Okay.
going to say. And I also think just Bran. One of the phrases that always sticks in Bran's head is the quote from Ned about the only time someone can be brave is when they're afraid. And
Yes.
what an essential quote about essentially Theon. Like that is
Right,
Theon's whole thing now is that he is he's trying to get to the point to be brave even though he is more afraid than than anyone can imagine. And that quote that Bran takes that quote so close to his heart, and now it's going to be like the person that, betrayed him the most. That's going to be like the embodiment of it, so it's kind of an interesting thing.
I know, because I mean, the amount of I would think more than I'm trying to think, like, more than most, like, he's been probably just paid for any kind of, like, imagined or real and imagined sins that he might have,
I
he's
mean,
done plenty of them,
yeah.
but, I mean, that's horrendous what he's been through, and I think I don't know, I don't think anybody can argue that he has to have such severe PTSD that I don't even know if it's like it's like sometimes reading this, you're like, "Oh, well," it's, like, easier said than done to try to even get out of
Right.
the
Well, and I
situation.
think, when we talk about like redemption and stuff with Jamie, it always sort of frustrates me when people are like, Jamie can only be redeemed by specifically doing this one. And it's like, Jamie,
Sure.
Jamie paid for what he did to Bran when he got his hand cut off. Like, that's it. Like, he paid
Right,
it. It happened already. Like, I don't know what else you're expecting to
right.
happen to him is that. And like with Theon, it's like, no, he can't he can't be redeemed for all the people at Winterfell that he killed. Like he can't, like specifically for them. But has he paid for it?
Yeah,
Yes, he
yeah,
absolutely has.
yes. Yeah. And I think we have the benefit of the POV. So, like, we can see that inside them. Like, we can see that, like, they're changing. That's the thing too. It's so weird when people say, "Oh, they're not redeemed," when we're reading in their head. Like, we can
Right,
see where their thoughts are. We can see that they're not like Ramses. You know what I mean? That they're like more
right.
complex.
And like
Yeah.
Theon, like Jamie, I think rightfully doesn't have a ton of regret about Bran. Like he doesn't like that it happened, but intellectually even like he's not wrong. Like if he didn't do that, his essentially who he would think of as his wife and children were going to be, killed, or their lives are essentially over.
And in his mind,
How does
he made the choice he had to
Yeah,
make. Yeah.
right. So like how could he regret that? I think he regrets that that was a situation that he was in. There, like that. But I think for Theon, he, 100% regrets like what he did. And I mean, I think he regrets it from the perspective like it certainly didn't go well, but
Yeah.
also like he always has that, like because it's not like he thinks like, oh, I should be in, some other great place. He thinks like I should have fucking died with Rob. Like
Right, right.
that's the kind of feeling that the feeling that he has is like that betrayal of Rob. And,
Right,
not
and
that
it's
things went shitty, but that shit, like I really fucked my best friend. And like, I'm certainly paying for it, but also like, even if everything went swimmingly for Theon, like, he's still going to have, he wouldn't have been happy when he heard about Rob dying. Like, that's going to still be like a horrible thing. So, yeah, I just, yeah, how much it's
yeah,
like you can't do a one for one payback of
right.
every bad action in your life. I think you can just try to be a better person, like it doesn't erase it, and like Stannis, like it obviously doesn't erase it, but yeah, all you can try to be is a better person. And I mean,
Yeah.
he's trying.
Right,
He's
and then
just,
we see that when he in the future chapters when he jumps off the wall. I feel like that's such an
yeah,
iconic moment. Like, I feel like that's huge, like, I feel like a hero's moment, when he
yeah.
jumps
And I
the
mean,
turn.
they think they're probably jumping to
Yeah,
their death, but I
yeah,
mean, still,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
success for both of
yep,
them at that point.
yeah, yeah. Okay, you can reach us at closethedoorand@gmail.com, on Tumblr at closethedoorandcomehere at tumblr.com. Submit questions to the chapter threads in the Jamie and Brienne subreddit, and close the door and at close the door and .bluesky.social. Please like, review, subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, wherever you listen, and please support us on Patreon at Close the Door. I'm closing the door. Get out.